I still cannot believe all this.
Saren's looking for...
What the hell was that?
We have to hurry.
I... Not much margin.
If I die in here, surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice...
Exo.
Whatever it is you want.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there and your pilot is making jokes?
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Mass Effect. So, der Anfang war schon relativ schwierig diesmal wieder. Hab mehrere Versuche, ich weiß gar nicht mehr, ich glaube 4 Stück waren es, bevor ich es endlich geschafft habe. Aber wir sind durch und yep, er hat uns gerettet.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
50 Jahre?
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
Möglicherweise. Was hast du denn gelernt?
Did your research turn up anything interesting?
What is interesting is what I did not turn up. There is remarkably little archaeological evidence of the Protheans, and even less that might explain why they disappeared. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Woher weißt du das?
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Kreislauf?
What cycle? What are you talking about?
The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
Vielleicht kann ich dir helfen.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
Ja, eigentlich alles drei. Ja, dieser Sender.
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed,
Das
Commander.
zeichnet nur das aus.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
Irgendwann möchte ich das nochmal fragen, aber nicht jetzt.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later
Ich
on.
denke doch ja.
And her biotics will come in handy when the final...
Das ist Rex. Rex, immer so kampfzentriert. Ja, hallo an Bord.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit
Ja,
lightheaded.
verständlich.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
Ja, doch. Wir reden später weiter.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the
Ja,
council?
gerne.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Die nötigen Sicherheitsvorkehrungen sind nicht nötig. Ganz bestimmt. Nee, sie will uns helfen.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
Um es kurz zu machen, ja.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Diese leuchtenden Augen von dieser Asari-Ratsfrau, wie auch immer. Die sehen irgendwie immer cool aus, finde ich. In den Hologrammen. So, und jetzt haben wir unser komplettes Team zusammen, denn wer auf das Squad-Auswahlmenü geachtet hat, hat gesehen, es handelt sich um eine Asari, die rein zufällig genauso aussieht wie Liara. Und Rex hat es ja auch noch mal angekündigt, sie kann auch kämpfen. Entsprechend, ja, sie ist eine Asari und ihre Hauptfähigkeiten sind biotische Kräfte. Und ja, wir reden mal mit ihr.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Ich habe mir Sorgen gemacht.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Ja, gut, kann sein, dass ihr Asari euch nicht um die, ja, Körperstruktur, Funktion, wie auch immer anderer Spezies kümmert, aber wir Menschen tun das. Deswegen funktioniert Medigel, das von Menschen entwickelt wurde, auch auf anderen Spezies. Ja, und Chakwas ist nebenbei auch nochmal eine der besten Ärzte, die es gibt.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Denkt besser nicht drüber nach.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Ich weiß.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Erstmal noch über deine Mutter.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Du klingst trotzdem sehr besorgt.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her. And this was not like her. Something changed.
Ja, kannst du mal ein bisschen über die Kultur deines Volkes erzählen?
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council. and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Was für... ja.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning
Das
for
meine
us.
ich.
We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Eigentlich finde ich das gar nicht so abstoßend. Ja, wie ist es möglich?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Das macht meiner Meinung nach überhaupt gar keinen Sinn, aber ja, das ist auch Science Fiction und nicht Science. Und deswegen, ja, was ist denn mit dem anderen Elternteil?
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Ja, wer ist denn dein Vater, in Anführungsstrichen?
Do you know who Matriarch Venezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Das geht auch?
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Das weißt du nicht, aber ich weiß, wer dein anderer Elternteil ist. Werden wir noch treffen in dieser Serie. Nicht in diesem Spiel, aber im nächsten.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Und das macht Sinn. Die Frage haben wir gerade gestellt. Ja.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Ich habe meine Meinung dazu schon geäußert. Ne? Haben wir beide schon gestellt. Ja, ciao.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Ja,
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
das ist richtig. Ich wollte nämlich nur eigentlich gerade gehen, damit ich diese Option wieder kriege.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean
Da
ruins.
musst du aber sehr, ja, einsam werden.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Nichts, was ihre Biotik nicht regeln könnte. Ja, sie ist ziemlich heftig, finde ich. Aber ja. Ja, warum willst du unbedingt von anderen Leuten wegkommen?
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
Verständlich.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Ach so, ich bin faszinierend. Wusste ich gar nicht.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Komm, bleib auf dem Teppich.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Gut. Ja.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Ja. Liara ist nicht sehr geübt im Umgang mit Leuten. Sie hat leider auch nichts darüber zu reden. Ne? Aber, ja. So, über meine Pläne von wegen Flirten oder so. Wie gesagt, ich bin nicht der Meinung, dass ich das nicht machen sollte. Und deswegen werde ich in den nächsten Folgen einfach mal Liara daten. Ja, doch, ich möchte gerne runterfahren. Aber vorher gehen wir noch mal kurz durch alle Crewmitglieder durch. Und dann mache ich, glaube ich, auch erstmal diese Folge Schluss. Auch wenn es sein kann, dass ich gleich eine nächste Folge starte nach dieser hier.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
Stimmt.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Du hast ihn schon mal getroffen vorher?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
Das ist meine Entscheidung. Nein, ja gut.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Ach, Saren hat dich rekrutiert?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw
Was
him.
hat damals gemacht?
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him. So I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Okay, macht Sinn. Was ist mit dem Schiff?
Whose ship was it?
It was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
Für Kroganer wirklich nicht.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Da hast du aber Glück gehabt, dass du so ein gutes Bauchgefühl hast.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Hat Ashley was zu sagen?
Commander?
Ja. Wie schreiten wir voran?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Also ich glaube ihr.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Nein, lass das mal lieber.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Ja.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
Kein Problem.
I keep an open-door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Was ist mit Liara? Warum nennst du nur Rex und Garrus? Ja, nur deswegen, weil sie nicht Allianzmitglieder sind?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Du vertraust ihnen also nicht, mit anderen Worten.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Ja, indem wir anderen Leuten misstrauen.
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Möglicherweise.
You get a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Weiß ich nicht. Also Garrus hat ja auch einen ziemlichen Hass auf Saren, obwohl der auch Turianer ist.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Möglich. Ja.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
Ja.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Ja, und was ist mit deiner Familie?
I never knew my family. Grew up an orphan on Earth. Anybody in your family I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. So why are you out here? Just trying to get away from Earth?
Spurs zu sehen.
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold breaking.
Was?
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh, Lord. You went to the Makapog boot camp, too? Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
Die ich alle nicht verstehe, aber egal. Ja, du musst wohl lernen, mit ihnen zusammenzuarbeiten.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Klingt gut.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
Ja, ciao.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Nein, kein neues. Irgendwie Codex-Teil oder so. Garrus?
Commander, how are you?
Wie geht's mir? Nee, wie geht's dir mit CSEC?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Ja, Gründe wie folgend.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
In gewissen Sinne kann ich das verstehen, ja. Aber wirklich? Warum?
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Du solltest mal Spectre werden, oder was?
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Ja, typisch.
Spoken like a true CSEC officer.
Yeah, it's a speech I've heard one too many times. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Genau so ist es.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Gut. Ja, ich habe vor, Garrus dazu überreden, zwischen Spiel 1 und 2 nochmal die Spectre-Karriere zu versuchen.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Du klingst so, als ging's dir nicht gut.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Du kannst also nur mit Lärm schlafen, oder was?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Ja, du bist einfach... Ja... Hast Heimweh.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Aber du gehst doch zurück, oder?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Seren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Ja, stimmt. Noch was Neues? Ne, nix. Ciao.
I should go.
See you later.
Adams hat leider nie wieder was Neues. Was sehr schade ist. Aber egal. Und wir gehen wieder hoch. Wir müssen wieder ein paar Sekunden Aufzugfahrt erleben. Juhu! Ich freue mich so richtig darüber. Ja, ich glaube, wir sollten nochmal mit Joker reden. Joker hat, glaube ich, immer wieder was zu sagen, wenn man neue Leute dabei hat. Und so. Außerdem haben wir, glaube ich, noch ein bisschen Kodex aufzusammeln. Jupp, haben wir. Hier. Und noch was hier. Okay. Und zu Joker.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the...
Den Joker. Bist du ganz sicher, dass du das willst?
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that.
Gut, dass du es einsiehst.
Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Ja, erzähl mal.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Ja, gut. Was so ist?
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot.
That's cool.
I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Ich wollte dich nicht beleidigen, weil eigentlich habe ich keine, ja, Informationen gelesen.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Ja, erzähl mal von der Krankheit mir. Da möchte ich doch gerne ein bisschen wissen.
Need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
Ja, gut. Und du kannst trotzdem noch deine Arbeit tun, denn das wäre doch gut.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Ach, dann reden wir mal über was anderes.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
Zum Beispiel über deinen Namen. Wieso heißt du Joker?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Das ist nicht die ganze Wahrheit.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Du warst unglücklich?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Ja, noch was anderes? Nee, ich glaube nicht.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Okay. Ein bisschen rumlaufen noch. Ich glaube nicht, dass Presley irgendwas Neues zu sagen hat.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Ich weiß gerade gar nicht, ob wir den Dialog schon gemacht haben. Egal, sagen wir das hier.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Ich glaube, wir haben das schon gehabt. So.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mal gucken, ob hier noch irgendwas ist. Hier sehe ich nichts. Und ich glaube, dann haben wir auch schon alles. Nee, ich beende die Folge hier noch nicht. Ich gehe nochmal zur Citadel und ja, mache da noch ein paar Quests. Oder eigentlich so viele, wie ich jetzt schon machen kann. Raus. Und... Ach hier, okay. Hier Asteroid X57 ist ein DLC. Bring Down the Sky heißt das. Das habe ich, nachdem ich bemerkt habe, dass das für die PC-Version kostenlos ist, was sehr toll ist. Ich mag kostenlose DLCs. Habe ich mir das gezogen und ja, das werde ich später spielen. Und zwar, ja, ungefähr dann, wenn ich auch den Rest der Hauptstoryline weiterspielen werde, was noch ein bisschen dauern wird. Ja.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Nachricht?
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication.
Okay.
If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Ja, da gehen wir auch noch hin bei Zeiten. Ja, Anflugsszene, die wieder ewig dauert. Ja. Und los geht's. Keine Ahnung, wie wir unsere Sachen von unserem Schließfach hinten im Schiff hierhin teleportieren können. Aber egal. So, ich nehme mal... Ja doch, ich nehme Liara mit und Garrus. Und ja doch, das passt wieder mal ganz gut so. Gut. Annehmen.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Liara braucht noch eine neue Panzerung.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Gut. Erstmal 24 verschiedene Punkte verteilen. Erstmal 2 Ebenen Throw. Lift ist sehr nützlich im Kampf. Warp auch. Barriere sowieso, weil sonst stimmt sie uns zu schnell weg. Ja, nochmal zweites Lift. Zweites Warp. Und ja, das typische Biotik-Dingens, was sie in den allen folgenden Spielen mit reingemacht haben. Singularität. Ist, glaube ich, so ziemlich das symbolische Biotik. Ja, blödes. Ja, also die typische Biotik-Fähigkeit. Oh, und Garrus kriegt auch nochmal gleich 10 Punkte. Dann mache ich mal kurz Overkill. Ja. Sniper. Und... Warte mal. Ich kann selber hier Decryption und sowas hochmachen. Dann brauche ich das bei Garrus nicht machen. Kann Garrus erstmal jede Menge Punkte woanders kriegen. Das ist gut. Und weiter geht's. Ach nee, ich wollte ja Liara noch eine neue Panzerung verschaffen, wenn es eine gute gibt. Asari haben keine eigene Art von Panzerung, die nehmen einfach die gleiche Panzerung wie Menschen. Die sind ja auch, haben den gleichen Körperbau. Deswegen, ja, kein Problem. Liara ist allerdings eine Klasse, die nur leichte Panzerung tragen kann. Deswegen, aber gut, doch, das ist auf jeden Fall schon mal besser. Sieht aber genauso aus. Na gut, ist ja auch klar, war ja auch die gleiche Klasse. So, jetzt können wir weitermachen. Muss ich mit dir reden? Ich hoffe nicht. Na doch, muss ich.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Das kommt jetzt aber überraschend.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
Ja, ich würde sagen, das ist eher eine Möglichkeit für die Menschheit, als eine Sache, die schlecht ist.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? Yep. I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Sag nichts Schlechtes über mein Schiff.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boon. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Ja, dann mach das.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not
Ja,
happy.
dann tut mir das leid.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the
Dann kann er
bow?
das woanders machen, dann braucht er das nicht im CIC machen. Außerdem ist es eine turianische Idee gewesen.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Das stimmt nicht.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
Wir sind aber verbündet. Das sagt nichts gegen die. Außerdem stehen hier gerade 2 von denen hinter mir. Also pass mal drauf auf, was du sagst.
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
Betrachtet.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
Ach Mann, oh, mir fehlen die Punkte hier. Das ist doof. Nein.
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Jupp. Werde ich. Auch wenn das noch ein bisschen dauern wird. So, jetzt könnte ich das machen. Na super. Ein Punkt noch. Wohin tue ich den? Irgendwann sollte ich mal mit Sniper anfangen, aber... Ne, ich mache erstmal noch Pistole zu Ende. Ja, ich sagte, Singularität ist typisch, cool und stark, also machen wir einfach das mal. Gareth, du kannst gerne ein bisschen, ja, Maschinengewehr, Sturmgewehr, wie auch immer, üben. Ich guck gerade, wie das mit
In other
den...
news, ExoGeniCorp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, ich wollte gucken, ob das Anti-Aliasing mal endlich irgendwie funktioniert, aber es sieht nicht ganz so danach aus. Ja, also... Mass Effect hat kein eingebautes Anti-Aliasing und deswegen muss man das mit dem Treiber machen. Aber um ehrlich zu sein, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie ich das in dem Nvidia Control Center einstellen soll. Also, na egal. Hier schon mal
Commander Shepard?
ein wiederkehrendes Element aus der Mass Effect Reihe.
Khaleesa Benzine in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Wenn du meinst.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that.
Die Drohne hat schlechte Texturen.
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
Ich fühle mich äußerst geehrt.
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
Bis jetzt noch nicht.
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Ja, es ist nicht nur von Menschen gebaut worden.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Übergeben. Und vor allem, eigentlich, ich bin immer noch der Befehlshaber.
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Nein, habe ich nicht.
Hold on. It's pretty clear you have an agenda here. I'm not going to be a part of it. Excuse me.
You can't just walk away, Commander. The public has a right to know.
Oh, doch, ich kann.
Isn't it true you're just a shill for the Council?
Egal. So. Jetzt werden wir, wie ich sagte, sämtliche Sidequests hier machen, die wir momentan machen können. Oder zumindest aufsammeln können. Deswegen gehe ich hier gerade mal alles durch. Zu Fuß. Und wir fangen mit C-Sec an. Wo uns wieder ein Turianer vor der Nase rumläuft. Ach ja. Warte mal, das haben wir doch schon aufgesammelt, oder? Schon so viele Aufträge. Oh mein Gott. Alle übrigens die Uncharted Planets sind das. Das ist alles außerhalb der... Also größtenteils, zumindest manche Teile davon sind auf unkartierten Welten. Und alles was Citadel ist, ist natürlich komplett auf der Citadel. Wir haben schon einige davon. Egal.
I used to have an office here. Spent half my time doing paperwork.
Ja, so ist es halt in der...
You always see a few civilians hanging around the academy waiting to speak to an officer about some problem or other.
Ja, Polizei halt. Was erwartest du, Garrus? Oder was sollte ich anderes erwarten für was? Nummer 1, Nummer 2, Nummer 3. Ich dachte, hier wäre noch Zeug gewesen. Egal, habe ich mich wohl geirrt. So. Ich habe gehört, Keeper-Scan wäre illegal. Guck mal, was ich hier mache. Ach komm, Garrus, steh nicht im Weg.
Did you know Citadel Security is the largest multi-species law enforcement agency in Council space?
Natürlich ist es das. Aber eigentlich wollte ich gar nicht mit dir reden, Liara, aber egal. Schade dich. Ein Solarianer, der uns komisch anguckt. Oder Leute, die komisch rumsitzen. Und wir hauen wieder ab, weil das hier alles viel zu komisch ist. Da unten ist gerade nichts für uns. Aber wir wollen vielmehr vorher erstmal hier lang gehen. Was wieder ein bisschen Weg zu gehen ist. Aber hier ist ein Keeper. Hier ist ein Turianer, der Zeug verkauft.
One sec, looking you up.
Ja, kommt da noch was?
Hello, Commander.
Ich möchte gern Zeug kaufen.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake.
Nein, ist es nicht.
System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Kein Problem.
Just show me what you got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Ja, sowas wie das Zeug, was wir auch bei unserem Typen im Schiff bekommen können. Was immer noch wahnsinnig teuer für uns ist. Warte mal, wir haben doch schon mal jede Menge Scheiße, die wir nicht mehr brauchen, wie diese Level 1 Sachen. Erstmal den ganzen Kack verkaufen. Level 1 können wir nicht mehr wirklich gebrauchen. Ja, das lassen wir noch mal alles. Ja doch, das reicht erstmal so. Was können wir uns dafür irgendwie... auf jeden Fall. Das hier... Und das hier. Alle einmaligen Items sind verdammt billig aus irgendeinem Grund. Macht zwar wenig Sinn, aber ist so. Aber, ja. Es gibt, glaube ich, sogar Achievements dafür, dass man möglichst, dass man eine bestimmte Anzahl von diesen einmaligen Items sammelt. Eigentlich hätte ich gedacht, hier könnte man was einsammeln.
I used to have an office here.
Verstanden.
Spent half my time doing paperwork.
It was the Turians who first suggested creating a single organization to maintain order on the Citadel. Perhaps that is why more than half the force is Turian.
Ja, vielleicht ist es auch einfach, dass Turianer so, ja, ordnungshierarchieorientiert sind und so. Ich bin wieder gelangweilt. Aufzüge. Das Schlimmste, was es im
The
Mass Effect
Solarian
gibt.
excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Ja, Hanna. Würde mich mal interessieren, wie das aussieht, wenn so Hanna-Protestanten da an so einer Ausgrabungsstätte rumhängen. Ach, schon wieder so ein langer Gang. kann man nicht länger rennen, schneller meine ich rennen. Mit ihm haben wir schon geredet. Keeper. Noch ein bisschen Kodex. Ja, rennen würde ich gerne auch schneller. Hier noch irgendwas einzusammeln. Glaub nicht. Ach doch, warte mal, da hinten ist noch ein Keeper zu scannen. Ich erinnere mich. Ich will nicht hier in die... Ach doch, ich will doch in die Klinik rein, glaube ich, oder? Ich glaube, das Sidequest ist hier schon aktiviert. Gar nicht mal, glaube ich.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Ja.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Im Gegensatz zu Chuck was. Ja, hast du Zeug für mich?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
So. Ja, hier kann man von allen Stufen was kaufen. Bis Stufe 8. 9 gibt's auch noch, 10 auch, aber die sind hier nicht drin. Wie viel? Ach, 1 haben wir aufgebraucht. Ich hätte jetzt gehofft, dass hier noch ein Sidequest gewesen ist, aber das hätte man sehen können, als man reingelaufen ist. Egal, gehen wir weiter. Da hinten war doch Emily Wong, oder? Der haben wir noch Zeug zu bringen von Fist. Jupp, die steht da noch rum. Hallo Emily Wong.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
Diese hier zum Beispiel?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
Kein Problem. Ich weiß gar nicht, wovon wir reden, aber egal.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Okay, ich weiß nicht, was uns das jetzt tatsächlich gebracht hat, aber egal. Gehen wir weiter. So, hier haben wir noch ein bisschen Zeug zu machen. Hier steht kein Salarianer im Weg.
This isn't a proof of purchase.
It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from you when I bought it.
Well, thank you for buying from me, but this still doesn't prove that you purchased that item from my store.
But I didn't buy anything else here.
How do I know that? If you don't have the proof of purchase, I can't.
Ja, Prozedur vor allem anderen. Kiefer. Und ein paar Seiten drin.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Ist das so?
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
Eventuell.
Show me what you got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Sowas wie, ja, wie einmalige Items. Vielen Dank.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Werner. Remember me?
Ja, ich erinnere mich.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Ich versuche so gut zu sein, wie ich kann.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And your grace and skill have inspired a whole legion of admirers, too.
Ist das so?
Hey, can I get your picture?
Kein Problem, denke ich mal doch, oder?
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless I get a picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect.
heutzutage machen
Thanks
wir
again,
Videos
Commander.
und Bilder
I'm gonna
mit
hang this in my
Omnitool.
living room. My wife will love it.
Okay. Klingt eher so, als würdest du mich mehr lieben als sie, aber egal. Ich weiß nicht, was so eine Frau dazu sagen würde, aber ist auch nicht meine Sache. So, jetzt schauen.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
Ja, ich würde gerne die Wahrheit wissen. Ich meine, Jalid behauptet, du willst ihn töten.
You can start by telling me the truth, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
We're not buying it. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
Bis jetzt noch nicht.
No, but you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed.
So plan
It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
Und das ist was Besonderes.
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about
Das
them.
ist schlecht.
Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Und was ist mit Jalid?
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
What?
So you're just trying to get back what Jalid already stole?
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
Okay.
I suppose a little scanning here and there won't hurt anyone.
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jalid. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't help me analyze it.
Okay, kann ich gerne machen. Ich habe kein Problem mit dem zu reden.
I'll go have a chat with him right now.
Nee, jetzt noch nicht.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Okay, weiter geht's. Ah, der Typ.
They told me it was you, but I didn't believe it. Shepard grew up and turned into a soldier.
Und du bist wer?
Have we met?
Name's Finch. You probably don't remember me, but we ran together in the 10th Street Reds. Maybe you don't remember it yourself, running in a gang. None of the vids mention it when they're talking about you.
Egal.
My history's a matter of public record. I got nothing to hide.
Really? What if someone gave an interview talking about Commander Shepard's history in the gang?
Wen würde das
We're
interessieren?
not trying to cause you trouble, Shepard. We just want a favor, for old time's sake. One of the Reds, Kurt Wiseman, got picked up by Turians. We'd like you to talk to the Turian guard in the bar and get Kurt out.
Was ist denn damit?
What was this guy arrested for?
Some stupid minor offense. Maybe he had a little red sand. You know how the Turians are. They declared him a problem, and they're shipping him back for a trial.
Warum sollten Turianer jemanden verhaften, weil er eine Droge dabei hat, die Turianer noch nicht mal nehmen können?
You're not asking me to break Wiseman out of jail, are you?
Of course not. But word has it you've got some pull with the aliens. All we're asking you to do is pull a little for us.
Mhm. Und warum war der überhaupt im turianischen Weltraum?
What was one of the 10th Street Reds doing in Turian space?
Since your days, the Reds have expanded. We do some salvage, a little shipping here and there, that kind of thing.
Okay, da kann ich aber trotzdem nichts versprechen.
I'll talk
Will
to
ich auch
Turian
nicht.
and see what I can do.
Thanks, Shepard. I knew you'd remember your old friends. The guards over in Cora's den. Take care of this, and you'll never see me again.
Kein Problem. Wir sind wieder in Cora's den. Und jetzt sind auch mal Leute da. Hoffe ich zumindest. Hier sind Leute da. Ja, Garrus? Garrus!
CSEC always turned a blind eye to what went on in here. I think Fist was paying someone off.
Möglich. Und Liara?
We Asari are more accepting of our sexuality than most other species. Some club owners like to exploit this by hiring us as dancers.
Tja, das ist eure Sache.
Can I help you?
Ja.
You've got a prisoner named Kurt Wiseman. I'd like that prisoner freed.
I'd like a lot of things, human. Desire forms the foundations of organized society. That said, the xenophobe will remain in Turian custody. This is not negotiable.
Fremdenfeindlich. Trotzdem.
As a Spectre on an important mission, I'd like you to cut him loose.
Are you suggesting that you are using him as bait to entrap more powerful criminals?
Das ist geheim.
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just making a polite request.
In that case, I shall go now. The criminal will be released in a few hours. Good luck with your mission. I look forward to hearing the results.
Okay. Dafür haben wir jetzt Renegade-Punkte bekommen. Weil wir ein Paragon-Zeug benutzt haben. So. Wir können endlich mal Pistole beenden und mit Sniper anfangen. Ja, machen weiter mit Singularität. Noch viel zu lernen. Und Garrus machen wir eben Overkill voll. So, mit ihr können wir später erst reden. Auch natürlich ein Teil von einem Sidequest. Ein paar Leute, die mit Leuten rumhängen. Wie gesagt, eine sehr beliebte Tätigkeit in der Zukunft offensichtlich. Ne, da kann ich nicht rein. Ich dachte, ich könnte vielleicht. Irgendwas Spannendes hier oder ist nur... Egal. Ich dachte, ich hätte gerade was gehört. Die ist, glaube ich, nur, damit man später noch hier diese Discs abholen kann, die hier rumlagen. Und da haben Leute offensichtlich gerade Spaß. Wir wollen sie nicht weiter stören. Und gehen deshalb wieder hier raus. Gehen diesmal hier rum, Haken. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob man irgendwas mit Haken machen kann.
Go away. Let me drink your piece.
Hab ich dieses Ding hier schon? Ne, ich hab den Quest noch gar nicht, deswegen werde ich bei Set-Business noch nichts machen.
I got business here, but not with you.
So, okay. Dann wollen wir dich nicht stören. Und gehen jetzt raus. Ich wette, dass man mit Septimus wahrscheinlich auch noch gar nichts machen kann, solange man den Quest nicht hat mit dem, was wir gleich ändern werden. Kein Finch hier oder so. Ist ja langweilig. Nee, ich gehe hier lang. Da ist nämlich auch noch ein Keeper, der gescannt werden möchte. Oder möchte eigentlich nichts. Man weiß nicht, was Keeper wollen. Aber ich will ihn scannen. Weil ich kriege Geld und Erfahrung dafür. Und deswegen bin ich so cool wie auch immer. Jetzt machen noch mehr Leute, die rumhängen. Irgendwelche hier zum Reden. Nicht, dass ich wüsste. Okay. Hier geht's zur CSEC Academy runter. Da oben. Na, ich gehe schon mal zu Flux noch. Bevor ich hier noch aus dem Ort rausgehe. Und deswegen gehe ich hier rein. Schon allein, um hier diesen Eintrag freizuschalten. Ich kann zwar hier noch nicht viel machen, weil das sind ja wohl die Sidequests noch nicht freigeschaltet sind.
You should be careful who you say that around.
What? Everyone knows Fist isn't with the local criminals.
Maybe, but I wouldn't go shouting it from the mountaintops.
Fist ist nicht mehr da.
Unless you want to end up on his hit list.
Yes, I heard he actually buried some corpses under the stage at Cora's Den.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Weiß nicht.
Yes, and it might
It's out of my
Oh,
hands.
das ist scheiße, wenn so Sachen
I'd
unterbrochen
bring her
werden.
back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
Und hier ist der Sidequest
Sorry,
mit der
I'm kind
Jenna.
of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
Du hast offensichtlich Probleme.
What were you discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... Ugh, sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
Du langweilst mich nicht. Ist in Ordnung.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
Das klingt nicht gut.
Being an informant is a dangerous job.
That's what I've been telling her. I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Ach so. Okay, hast du schon mit den Aufsehern geredet?
Do you know who her contact at CSEC is?
No, it's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Oh, ich werde es regeln.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
Okay, ich mache hier kurz für ein paar Minuten den Schnitt. Komm gleich wieder. Bis gleich.